Welcome to Zone 6 Picks, your go-to source for daily sports betting predictions, expert insights, and free picks across the biggest games in the NBA, WNBA, NFL, MLB, NCAA, and more. We specialize in delivering accurate, research-backed betting content with no subscriptions, no hidden fees, just straightforward betting advice you can trust. Before we get started, a quick shout-out from my partner Zone 6.
What's up, family? Thanks for tapping in with Zone 6 Picks, where we drop game picks every single day. Straight free picks, no pay for play. If you like winning, this is the zone you need to be in, Zone 6. Just show the channel some love, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you don't never miss a money play. Let's eat.
What's up, Zone 6 squad, and welcome back to the Zone. The 2025 WNBA playoffs are finally here, and the stage is set for some of the most exciting basketball of the year. Every possession matters now, every star has to shine, and every team knows one loss could swing an entire series. The wait is over, and Sunday's slate delivers 4 matchups that set the tone for the postseason. The top-seeded Minnesota Lynx begin their quest for a title against the upstart Golden State Valkyries. In Atlanta, the Dream looked to take advantage of home court against an Indiana Fever squad fighting through injuries. Out west, the defending champion New York Liberty hit the desert to face a Phoenix Mercury team that gave them trouble all season. And the nightcap brings a marquee showdown as the Seattle Storm hit the road to battle the red-hot Las Vegas Aces, led by Aja Wilson under the bright lights of Michelob Ultra Arena. It's win-or-go-home basketball, and the intensity starts now. Let's break it all down. The WNBA playoffs tip off with a marquee matchup as the #1 seed Minnesota Lynx host the Golden State Valkyries at the Target Center. Minnesota enters the postseason as the league's most dominant regular season team, a squad that finished 34-10 and led the WNBA in virtually every efficiency metric. This team is laser-focused after last year's crushing Game 5 finals defeat, and with a healthy roster and the best home court record in the league, the Lynx are positioned to make a deep run. Golden State, by contrast, is making history. The Valkyries are the first expansion franchise ever to reach the postseason, finishing 23-21. But they do so with little to no playoff experience and a roster hampered by injuries. Tiffany Hayes and Kayla Thornton are both out, while Ileana Rupert is day-to-day. For a team already reliant on its defense to stay competitive, those losses strip away much-needed scoring options. The statistical gap between these teams highlights why the Lynx are such heavy favorites. Minnesota posted a league-best net rating of +12. Compared to Golden State's +1, the Lynx score nearly 9 points per game more, shoot 7 percentage points better from the floor, and generate far more assists. They also rank #1 in both offensive and defensive rating, the very definition of balance. Golden State's defense is formidable, finishing 3rd overall, but their offense has sputtered to just 77 points per game, and those struggles only get magnified in the postseason. Head-to-head this season, Nafisa Collier has dominated the matchup, averaging over 21 points per game against the Valkyries. She anchors a team that can punish Golden State inside, spread the floor with shooting, and wear them down over 40 minutes. The Lynx also benefit from a playoff-tested coach in Cheryl Reeve, while Golden State's Natalie Nakase leads a group that has never faced this type of pressure. The betting markets reflect the mismatch. Minnesota is priced around -900 on the moneyline, with the spread holding between -12 and -13. Books opened at -13 and have seen only slight adjustments, showing that the market is confident in Minnesota's edge, with both teams ranking top 3 in defense and Golden State missing 2 key scorers. The total is lined at 100 and 47 to 148, and sharp money has leaned under. The most likely outcome is that Minnesota's talent, depth, and experience simply overwhelm Golden State's historic but overmatched playoff debut. Expect the Lynx to control the pace, force tough shots, and ride Collier's star power to a convincing win. My projected final is Minnesota 82, Golden State 67, a score that covers the spread and lands just under the posted total. Minnesota to win and cover, with the under as a secondary lean, is the play. Next, we got the home team. Shout out to the ATL. Let's go Shawty. We got a pivotal matchup between the Indiana Fever and the Atlanta Dream. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Eastern at Gateway Center Arena in Atlanta, where the Dream look to protect their home floor and build on one of the best regular seasons in franchise history. The headline going into this game is the staggering injury report for Indiana. The Fever will be without several key contributors, most notably rookie superstar Caitlin Clark, who has been sidelined with injury. Joining her on the inactive list are Chloe Bibby, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Carlson, and Ari McDonald. Losing this amount of depth and playmaking severely limits Indiana's offensive creativity and defensive flexibility. Atlanta, meanwhile, comes in nearly at full strength with only Taylor Thierry unavailable, giving them a major edge in both continuity and personnel. Atlanta's home court advantage cannot be overstated. The Dream have thrived in front of their fans all season, playing with more energy and efficiency in their own building. In the playoffs, when emotions are high and possessions slow down, that support often translates into game-changing momentum. The betting market reflects this reality, opening with Atlanta favored by 6.5 points. That number shows the confidence bookmakers have in the Dream, but given Indiana's depleted roster, many analysts see room for Atlanta to cover comfortably. Rest and preparation should not be an issue for either side, as both teams have enjoyed multiple days off heading into Sunday. But the Fever will be forced to stretch rotations and ask role players to take on responsibilities they aren't built for at this stage. The most likely outcome is a decisive Atlanta win. The Dream are the healthier, deeper, and more balanced team, led by the two-way play of Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard, supported by a frontcourt that can dominate a short-handed Fever lineup. Indiana's fight and resiliency are not in question, but without Clark and several other key guards, their ability to score consistently is highly compromised. My projected final score is Atlanta Dream 85, Indiana Fever 70. That result not only secures a double-digit win for Atlanta, but also covers the spread and pushes the total slightly under the posted number of 159. The Dream's defense and depth, combined with Indiana's missing firepower, should dictate the flow of the game. Expect Atlanta to seize control early and never look back, setting the tone for what they hope will be a deep postseason run. Next, we got a good one in the desert. The defending champion New York Liberty travel to Phoenix to take on the Mercury at 5 p.m. Eastern, inside PHX Arena. This is a clash between two teams with identical records, both 27-17, but with very different narratives leading into Game 1. For New York, the story all season has been survival through injuries. At various points, Jonquil Jones, Brina Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu all missed time, and that instability showed in the standings and in their road struggles. But now the Liberty are healthy at the right time. Stewart, Jones, and Ionescu are all available, and the mid-season addition of former Finals MVP Emma Miesemann has added another layer to an already dangerous lineup. When their stars shared the floor earlier this season, the Liberty started 9-0 and proved they are still capable of playing like the league's best. Phoenix, on the other hand, locked up home court advantage and leaned into rest down the stretch. They lost their last 3 games, but those losses came with stars sitting, as playoff seeding was secure. At home, the Mercury were excellent, finishing 15-7, and their trio of Kali Copper, Alyssa Thomas, and Sadhu Sabli can match up with anyone in the league. This team also had New York's number in the regular season, winning the series 3-1 and taking both contests at home by double digits. The Liberty's lone win came in July when their big three were fully healthy, an 89-76 performance that showcased their ceiling. From an efficiency standpoint, the Liberty hold a slim statistical edge. Their net rating was plus 5.2 compared to Phoenix's plus 3.2, and they were more efficient both offensively and defensively. New York averaged slightly more points per game, shot a higher percentage from the field, and generated more assists. The Mercury, however, are nearly equal defensively and carry a rebounding advantage that could matter in tight possessions. The betting market reflects how close this matchup is expected to be. New York is listed as a narrow favorite in the 1.5 to 2-point range despite being on the road. Phoenix sits at plus money on the moneyline, a number that looks appealing when you consider their dominance over New York in this building. Historically, the Mercury have also fared well against the Liberty in spread situations, and the head-to-head results this season tilt their way. The most likely outcome is that Phoenix continues that trend and takes Game 1 on their home floor. Their stars are rested, their home record has been strong, and their style has consistently given New York trouble, particularly when the Liberty play away from Barclays Center. While the Liberty are healthier than they have been all year, the road still looks like a difficult place to start their title defense. My projected final score is Phoenix Mercury 84, New York Liberty 80. That prediction accounts for Phoenix's offensive punch at home, the Liberty's struggles on the road, and the head-to-head history. It points to a 4-point Mercury win, enough to cash the moneyline, and flip the narrative in the early stages of this series. The first night of WNBA playoffs closes with a powerhouse battle, as the Seattle Storm travel to take on the defending champion Las Vegas Aces. This matchup features two of the league's most recognizable franchises, but a closer look at the numbers points toward a clear favorite. The Aces enter this postseason scorching hot, riding a 16-game winning streak to close out the regular season. Over their last 10 contests, they averaged nearly 89 points per game, while holding opponents to just 74. Doing so on an efficient 49% shooting from the field. A'ja Wilson has been unstoppable on both ends of the floor, and the veteran core led by Chelsea Gray and Jackie Young gives Becky Hammond's squad a playoff-tested rotation built for this stage. Seattle comes in with a more uneven resume. The Storm won 6 of their final 9, showing their ceiling with an impressive win over the Valkyries, but also exposing vulnerabilities in consistency. Over that same 10-game stretch, they averaged 83 points on 46% shooting, while giving up just over 80 points per game. Their defense ranks among the league's best, but their offensive efficiency has lagged, making them vulnerable in stretches against elite opposition. Against the spread, the difference is notable. Las Vegas finished 22-20-1 on the season, with strong results down the stretch, while Seattle struggled to cover consistently at 17-27 ATS. The Aces not only win games, but have shown they can do so comfortably, especially when favored at home. Statistically, the Aces' balanced profile gives them the edge. Their offensive rating of 108.1 ranks among the league's best, while their defense tightened significantly in the second half of the season, now sitting just behind Minnesota for efficiency. Seattle's defense has been reliable, but their offense, just 8th in the league in efficiency, will be under enormous pressure to keep up. From a roster standpoint, Seattle is missing Katie Lou Samuelson, thinning their depth, while the Aces are nearly fully healthy outside of Kirsten Bell's day-to-day designation. In their most recent meeting, Las Vegas beat Seattle 90-86 behind a dominant performance from Wilson, who poured in 29 points with 12 rebounds. That game demonstrated how difficult it is for the Storm to contain the Aces' superstar without overextending defensively. Both teams are rested, but Las Vegas owns the home court, and their recent dominance has only heightened confidence in the betting markets. The Aces are favored by 6 to 7 points, and with the way they have been rolling, it's easy to see why. The most likely outcome is Las Vegas controlling this matchup from start to finish. The Storm's defense will keep it respectable early, but the Aces' offensive depth and star power should eventually stretch the margin. My projected final score is Las Vegas Aces 88, Seattle Storm 75. That prediction covers the spread and reflects both the Aces' elite recent form and Seattle's offensive limitations. Alright fam, let's run it back real quick. Minnesota Lynx versus Golden State Valkyries. Minnesota's balance, depth, and experience are too much for an expansion team dealing with injuries. The Lynx should win comfortably and cover. Atlanta Dream versus Indiana Fever. Atlanta is healthier, deeper, and at home against a depleted Fever roster, missing Caitlin Clark. The Dream should control this matchup and cover the spread. Phoenix Mercury versus New York Liberty. Phoenix has dominated this head-to-head at home and carries a strong rebounding edge. The Mercury are the value side to cover or even win outright in Game 1. Las Vegas Aces versus Seattle Storm. The Aces enter on a massive winning streak with A'ja Wilson leading the way. Their offense and playoff experience make them the pick to win and cover at home. And that wraps up today's Zone 6 Picks WNBA playoff breakdown. If you're rocking with these insights, make sure to like the video, drop a comment with your favorite bet of the day, and subscribe so you don't miss a single playoff pick. We're just getting started, and the energy only gets bigger from here. And as always, let's feast.